Hey, welcome back, guys. This is the update to the telly, to the Firefly telly. When I originally bought this, there were several issues. One of them was it was already returned and then sold to me. I figured that out pretty early on because all of the original pick guard, which isn't this one, but all of the plastic covering was already taken off. The coil split that was once here wasn't really working. Um, the pick guard on the back plate was like one for a Floyd Rose. It wasn't even one for this particular tremolo. There were some giveaways, So I called them out on it and I said, I know you guys sold me a used one. So unless you don't want me to send it back, you need to give me probably a discount. And they did. They gave me like I think 30 or $40 back. Um, so at that time, I kind of lost favor with it, with that kind of nonsense going on. And so, being a dual humbucker, I tried another set of Timu humbucker hot rails in here, and I wasn't really happy with that, and I wasn't really happy with the guitar in general. I was thinking, just I was really just about to give up on the whole thing, and I said, well, why don't I try, just for the hell of it, why don't I try to get this into a telly environment. And I knew there would be some challenges because a lot of the telly pickguards don't have. I've only found one, which is an original Fender, but they wanted like $25 for it. That's probably 27, right? Close to 30. Just because it has a cutout for a truss rod, I was like, no, and it was a parchment color, and I said, ah. So this pickguard came from a Timu do-it-yourself kit that had already been built and sold, and I kept this one, the original one, because I never knew if I was ever going to use it again, and so luckily I did. So I bought these pickups, which I was familiar with because I had already bought them before from Timu. Good quality pickups, and yeah, they're only $14. That was that was cool. What happened to my background music? Well, there it is. you know. And so, and so I took, one of you guys had mentioned that maybe I should take the bridge down at the post, down to the body, flush to the body. And I did that. And thank you for that tip. That really did help. Now, I still have the saddles are pretty still high. And I know for a fact that the cavity in the body is just not shallow enough. And so this neck, I think, to make it absolutely perfect, would need to come down about 1/8 of an inch from inside of the cavity. Now I don't have a router, or I could do that, drop down that neck, and that would bring down the saddles, and that would kind of bring everything down. So the saddles would be more universally lower because there's a hard edge on these saddles, you know, and maybe that's why this guitar was returned also. There are things that you don't always pick up right away. And these are coming from a C machine, so things don't always work out. But I noticed right away that the neck seemed to be a lot higher in the cavity than most guitars. So since I don't have the tools, you just got to do what you got to do. Anyway, getting back to how did I do all of this and what was the success behind it? Well, I bought the plate that I saw on Timu for a Tele humbucker or a Tele bridge pickup. And I said, okay, let me buy that. I'll buy another set of these Tele pickups because they really do sound good. And then I'll just try to figure out how to do the rest. So the parts came in, and the issue that I ran into was not so much the plate. I mean, there was a little issue with the plate because the corner of the plate wasn't going to be able to mount to the top of the body. They only had space to fit in the corner of the humbucker cavity. So I needed a screw that was long enough but not too long to go into the body, but maybe only 1/8 of an inch, just enough for a screw to catch and hold this plate down. But you don't want to go too far and too long of a screw, because then you'll go through the backside of this cavity, and that's just, you don't want to start poking holes in there. So, and there's not much between the backside of this cavity and the bottom of this humbucker cavity, so you just have to use a little common sense there. And I did. I was pretty positive that these screws were just about the right length to go down into the body. Like I said, maybe 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch. That's all I needed to grab, and it did. I just drilled a little pilot hole down in the corners of each one, and these screws, which are more of a wood screw type, was able to fit down in there. These, of course, were probably no bigger than 1/4 of an inch of a screw, and they were able to easily mount to the top side of the body, because I brought the plating down a little further to the top of the body. But it wasn't going to fit, so I had to choose, upper or lower, so I chose the lower half. And then, and then I got my Dremel out, and I routed out more of this area in this pick guard to accommodate for the truss rod. And I actually ordered another pick guard, and I'm going to have to Dremel out. I'm just going to kind of copy everything that I did to this one on top of the other one. It's going to be a golden pearloid pick guard. I think it'll look good with this, because this does have some goldish type metal flakes in there. It's kind of got like a rainbow trout kind of thing going on in there. And since I do have some brass and these gold pick, I think it'll kind of flow. And the only real issue I ran into doing this mod was the back plate, the brass back plate to this one single coil bridge pickup, which sticks out a lot further than the pickup itself. So it was definitely hitting at the back side of the humbucker cavity. So what I had to do was I took a very small drill bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch, and I drilled about 4, 5, 6 pilot holes on the back side of this humbucker cavity. And then I took a screwdriver and I just kind of chiseled the wood away, not from corner to corner, but just right here in this area, enough for that brass plating, which does stick out a little further. And then finally I was able to get the humbucker down into the cavity and secure it. Once I did that, everything else fell into place. So, and with these little adjustments in this mod, I think I have a winner chicken dinner, guys. Thing sounds awesome. I have 3 distinctive tones now. They sound good. These pickups are, I think, from the same company that make the Falor tele pickups that you find on Amazon. They're not branded as Falor. They did once sell them under that name, but maybe I'll try to put a link for these ones, because they do sound pretty good. They're not crazy tele though. In the bridge here, there is a treble presence, but it's not crazy. It's not where you need to back off. You don't really have to back off on the treble. You can leave it fully engaged, or you can lower it easily with the tone knob here. So, but it's a very balanced tone. The middle position sounds absolutely wonderful. So let's listen to that. And I'm going to call this mod a complete success, because I was about to give up on this guitar, really, guys. This is the bridge pickup. I'm playing through my computer through the DSP. I am using right now the McLaughlin Suite. You can get any one of these if you decide to go into DSPs using your desktop or laptop. They're not very expensive, but they offer probably some of the best delays and reverbs you can get on the market today. Very professional, so many different sounds. So I have invested from the old days of my Guitar Rig 5 into the newer technologies of these DSPs. McLaughlin Suite, which is coming from the Polychrome manufacturer or developer. They also put out a new product this year called Hyperrig, Kiesel Hyperrig. And it really does sound great, man. It's got some great features. We won't go into that now. And also, I have from some other DSPs in here. One is called the Tone King Imperial Mark II. I have the Rebea DSP in here, and so once you get a nice interface to play through, I have a Fostex, or Focusrite. Yeah, I have a Focusrite. I had an older one, but it didn't give me the best latency. The Focusrite is the perfect one. It's got a dual input, great output, simple to use, USB to USB-C, and it'll give you the best latency so that there's absolutely zero lag. We're talking milliseconds. Let me drop this delay down a bit. So that's the bridge pickup. That sounds great, man. I mean, come on, for the money. Okay, middle position. Nice and chimey. That's a great middle position. I don't care what anybody says. That's great. Here's my E chord. Sounds good. C. Yeah, the middle position sounds really good, guys. Try to leave a description for these. I don't think you can go wrong for $15. I think these pickups sound just as good as any $100 pickup set. If you're looking for a name brand like a Fender Tele, and I'm letting you hear how they sound right now, so you be the judge. Back to the bridge. And they're not microphonic. You're not hearing any 60 cycle hum. I have it all the way turned up. So, hello, check 1 2. So, Okay, let's go to the bridge. Really nice tone out of this pickup right here. It's got a nice bass response. It's got nice sparkly cleans on the bottom end. Nice, right? All right, so I mean, and what could you ask for more with a mod like this? I mean, now I'm in that tele tone, and out of all of my guitars, none of them sound like this. And this is what I love about discovering, because you never know. You know, you're going to do a mod, you pick out your parts, but there's no guarantee how it all comes together, how it all works out. You're not going to know until you get to the finish line whether or not it was worth all that effort or not. But you do learn things in the process, and that's the fun thing about doing mods, is you learning things. I'm learning things. I'm learning, like, how do I get this in there, and what am I going to do about that, and blah blah blah, and oh, I need to get the Dremel out and cut this. You know, these are things I never really used to do. I was just a buy it, plug it in, and play it kind of guy. But you know, now that I've gotten to that, close to that retirement age, it's just like, hey, I got time. Let me figure out some of this stuff. So I'm gonna play now, because I can play on the floor. I'm going through my Crybaby. I have a from Amazon, a Behringer Ultra Metal. It's half cocked on the middle of the gain, and it's plugged right into my DSP, my Focusrite, and I'm coming out of my McLaughlin Suite DSP computer-based sound. Yeah. Trying to get the you know, there is a little 60 cycle hum in there, but that's to be expected, but it's not crazy. Sounds great. Middle position, which will kill any 60 cycle hum. Still hear that pickup in there, that sort of quacking going on, that tele type tone. got a nice attack. It's got a lot of definition and got a lot of character. A lot of tele pickups that are, I'm saying these are only cheap based on the price, but they're definitely not cheap sounding. So that's the difference here. Okay, and then the neck, which has a very scooped sound as well. And there you go, guys. This mod is a complete success, I think, with getting 3 distinctive tones from these pickups is more than a surprise. And it was definitely worth the effort and the time to turn this back into a Telecaster type vibe. With all the guitars that I have, which are double humbucker or HSS, or of different natures, this guitar stands really on its own. And it's a joy to play. It plays even better than it did before. It sounds much better. I love having any guitar with 3 distinctive tones because I'm really big. I'm very critical on sound and how pickups sound. And it's just a matter of sometimes it's a freak of nature. That $66 Temu guitar actually plays and sounds good. So I still have it. It might be one of those guitars I give away, but as far as its playability, I can't explain it. I did a little work to it, and it turned out to be a great guitar. Does it have any quality? I think the only quality it has is it's a fun guitar. It's an enjoyable guitar, and it doesn't really sound cheap. And I think you never know what's coming out of China these days. So Fender and Ibanez, I mean, a lot of their stuff is coming and being manufactured in China. I think these people just said, "Hey, why don't we make our own name?" So, you see this particular cut in this neck, who does a lot of that? Schecter guitars, Ibanez guitars, so you'll find a lot of companies with this same CNC machine routing thing going on with the neck pockets like that. So I think the Chinese, the manufacturers over there are really thinking outside of the box. And so yeah, anyway, guys, we're into 25 minutes of this video. Thanks for hanging out with me this long. Just wanted you to hear these pickups. Let me see if I can just bring it up on the screen. Maybe that would maybe help you better. Because I'm using my phone basically for everything. I'm not big on doing very sophisticated videos, like a lot of guys do on YouTube. I want to keep my life simple. I don't want to get into that. If you guys subscribe to this channel, I appreciate it, but I don't ask you that you have to or need to. I'm not doing this for any sort of compensation. I'm just doing this to share my thoughts and opinions about guitars, and hopefully that will benefit you to some degree. So let me show you exactly what these are. Let me turn this camera on. So this is it. You could take a snapshot of that. This is a great set of pickups. They sound fantastic. You can get the neck pickup in gold, black, or chrome. But there is a big brass plating underneath these, so you can see it's a premium Alinco 5 teller. So this is a real, like, believe it or not, I'm just telling you my opinion. You just heard them. So whatever project, if you need it in gold or black on the neck, you can do that. But these actually do sound really, really good. And there you go. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Like I said, I'm just keeping it simple. But this Firefly was worth saving. It's got some, it's got some good quality, beautiful roasted maple neck, a really nice cut of rosewood. It's a, if I haven't mentioned it, it's a 12 to 14 compound radius. It is a mahogany body. All the cavities are paint shielded from Firefly. This neck has some really nice grain, a little bit of flame, a little bit of lame on the flame, but it's got some nice qualities. And it's got some nice, I don't know if the abalone in there is real or fake. Could be fake, but stainless steel frets. If you haven't played on stainless steel frets, there is a big difference between nickel and stainless steel. The strings have a different response. They just seem to really glide over that stainless steel. I mean, like butter. I mean, they're not like nickel, which you have to really polish nickel to get it like a stainless steel. But nickel will usually, they will kind of break down after a while, and you'll have to repolish them. So they oxidize after a while. But there it is, guys. This mod is a complete success. You can do this mod yourself. If you don't like the double humbucker, it wouldn't be too much trouble now that you can see what I had to do. But this is the finished product. And when I finish when I get the other pick guard, it's going to look really, really nice. I promise you that. So it's a keeper now. Yeah, and I'm really happy, man. This is exactly what I was hoping for. But again, you never know with mods. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Thanks for hanging out with me, and if you like this channel, you want to recommend it, I mean, I don't mind it. Like I said, this is just for personal use, because one day I'm sure I'll look back at this when I'm in my 80s, God willing, and say, hey, I remember when I did that. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Take care. Have a beautiful day and week.